That's better. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world today. Welcome to BWTM. Subject matter, Tyson Fury. The subject matter is one Tyson Fury, the Furious One. Now, probably some of the things I'm going to say here may offend some Fury fans, may not offend some Fury fans, but it's not a point to offend. It's just speaking the truth out on things I see. Nothing I'm going to say here is meant to cause offense. It's just a personal opinion of things I see. First and foremost, where's media outlets, well-known broadcasting organizations, and commentary teams would like to dismiss the fact that Tyson Fury went to Germany and dethroned the long-reigning Vladimir Klitschko, outboxed him, and took the titles away from him, when if you go back and look at even my own timeline, there were many people out there that believed Tyson was going to get knocked out in a few rounds. He was a bum, he was fat, he was useless. Even heard David Hayes say he was uncoordinated and all the rest of it. Becomes a unified champion. Did he get an MBE? No. Did Peter Fury get Trainer of the Year? No. Instead, Joe Gallagher got Trainer of the Year. For what exactly? I don't know. Anthony Joshua's got an MBE. Carl Frampton that year got an MBE. Tyson Fury didn't. Now, to my knowledge, Tyson Fury has not got a criminal record. So if that was excuse to be put up, then that doesn't bode well, because, I mean, he hasn't got a criminal record. So what's the excuse there? Why has he not been invited to the palace? He was the unified heavyweight champion of the world. He is the number one reason, the only reason why the heavyweight division today has got life to it. Nobody else, not Deontay Wilder, not Anthony Joshua, not any other heavyweight in the world today is responsible for the way the division is today. Anthony Joshua can thank Tyson Fury for making the division what it is today. Anthony Joshua can thank him, because if Tyson didn't go to Germany and get those belts of Vladimir, we wouldn't be able to see Joshua versus Klitschko, would we? And let's go back then. Would you have put Joshua in the ring with Klitschko that night? No, you wouldn't have, because that Klitschko had been fighting regularly, not 2 years out of the ring, not 41 years old. He was still doing pretty well. And Tyson did a number on him. But do the media shout up, put that together and say, wow, what a great fighter we've got in this country? No, because the agenda is to support Anthony Joshua. Okay, that's a clear agenda. Then as soon as he wins the title, the IBF are going to strip him of that title, because he decides to have a rematch against Vladimir Klitschko, which is the right thing to do. So there's things like this that hurt the sport of boxing. So not only that happens, so the IBF strip him of his IBF. The IBF decides to strip Tyson of his title. First thing. Then you've got all the abuse. Where are all these people that were abusing Tyson and calling him all those racist names about him being a traveller? Where are they all now? There was a whole hate brigade on Tyson Fury, a whole hate brigade on the poor man and his family, abusing him and his family. I heard stories of how they abused even his wife. You know, Tyson couldn't walk the street without being abused. I mean, the abuse that Tyson has had to put up with is unacceptable. Now, I'm not saying Tyson Fury's behavior is acceptable either. I'm not condoning some of the things Tyson said and done. But what I am saying is that Tyson is no different to Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali or Riddick Bowe. Heavyweights, people have got conveniently selective memories. Mike Tyson, when he turned around and he was calling a Caucasian man derogatory names, and you know, at a press conference for the Lennox Lewis fight, when after the brawl, conveniently people forget about Mike Tyson and some of the statements he made towards a woman about fornicating with a woman. But hey, people, you know, it's Mike Tyson, so people can celebrate that, and it's okay. But Tyson Fury does it, it's a problem. You know, is it because he's in the UK? Possibly. But I know that if Tyson was an American fighter, he'd have been celebrated. He would have been celebrated. He would have been glorified. He'd have been the best thing since sliced bread. Fact is, the Americans have got Deontay Wilder. So, you know, the thing is, Tyson Fury is what he is, and you could say he was a car crash waiting to happen. If you looked at Tyson Fury's career before Peter came on board, you would have said he was a car crash waiting to happen. Peter Fury came. Remember the fights with him and Nevin Pajcek, and the other guy, whoever it was, that dropped him as well and hurt him. Those two fights, exciting fights on ITV, Big Fight Live, if you remember them. Or Channel 5, I think. But they were good fights. Fury was in real good testing fights. Fury came through. He showed his fighting heart in those fights. And then Peter said, "Look," he came on board and said, I don't want Tyson fighting like that. I want him to use boxing skills." And you could see those boxing skills when Peter took over. And that's been all well and good. But I've always got the impression, and Tyson, I hope if you're watching this that you get well, and that you don't allow the haters to be a detractor. And I hope that you are around good people. Don't necessarily mean your own people, but good people who are going to guide you in the right way and give you what it takes for you to get back up the heavyweight mountain. But Tyson Fury is his own man. He does his own things. Peter, I don't think, has the control over Tyson as he does over Hughie. And if Peter had control over Tyson the way he has over Hughie, I think we could be seeing a very, 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 very special heavyweight. He doesn't. And the question you got to ask yourself is now, is Tyson Fury he called himself like the greatest heavyweight in this era. I remember interviewing him and he said that to me. Are we going to see what sort of Tyson Fury we're going to get when he comes back? Are we going to get Tyson Fury a la Riddick Bowe, who eats himself out of the heavyweight division and heavyweight greatness? Or are we going to get Tyson Fury, Muhammad Ali, coming back from, being imprisoned, and in Tyson Fury's case, exiled because of mental health issues, sniffing cocaine and all the rest of it? Is he going to come back from all of that and then get in and fight one of the current heavyweight champions and beat him, i.e. Ali Foreman, Joshua being the new Foreman and Tyson being the modern day Ali? He isn't, but you know what I'm saying there in that sense. And Tyson coming back when all the people doubted him and there was no chance that he beat Joshua. Will it be that sort of a fight, or will it be the sort of fight where they say, Tyson, listen, if you want to fight Joshua, you've got to fight him next summer. You've got to fight him next year summer. Then Tyson comes back, July. He gets a warm-up fight. He gets 2 warm-up fights and he fights Joshua. Me, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, because I think Tyson's going to need 3 or 4 fights to get himself back in the swing of things, get himself fighting good opposition, get himself feeling himself. You can do all the sparring you want in the world. Get yourself back in the ring, feeling yourself around the ring again, taking some good fights, winning good fights, getting hit again, being consistent, fighting regularly, with the weight off, and not just fighting or getting yourself into shape, but forgetting about just getting into shape, but staying in the same shape he was when he fought Klitschko and staying at that weight and fighting consistently at that weight. That's what I want to see of Tyson Fury. I don't want to see Tyson Fury coming back overweight like he was against Joey Abel and then saying he wants to fight Joshua, and then 6 months or six months down the line he fights Joshua, and it's because he wasn't in fighting shape mentally that he loses against Joshua. I don't want to see that. And at this point in time, a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, the Tyson Fury that beat Klitschko would beat Joshua. Yeah, but that Tyson Fury is not here anymore. Forget it. That's gone. That guy has gone. Since then, we've seen what's happened to Tyson. He's blown up to what, 300, 400 pounds? He's mentally a wreck. So, you know, I mean, even now, I look at him and you know, Josh is about to fight. He's having to promote himself. He's having to be out there all the time, doing videos himself every day. So people remember, this is the guy who beat Klitschko. This is the former undisputed or a unified champion. Right? This is the guy that was, after he beat Klitschko, was going to be, he was the best heavyweight in the world. And then suddenly, it's all fallen apart. My question is, if he comes back, when he comes back, and his license is being renewed or reinstated, then who does he fight? And how does it happen? You know, you can be a fighting man all you want and all the fighting talk, that's great. I don't think Tyson's scared of any heavyweight in the world. I've got no doubt about that. It's about how they put the fight together, and when they put the fight together, and when they schedule the fight with Joshua. I don't want to see the fight just because Tyson's face is on the poster and Joshua's face on the poster. I don't want to see that. What I do want to see is that he's at his trim, he's at his best, he's in fighting shape, there's been consistency behind him, and his mind is at the job 100%. I don't want 80%, I don't want to have 85%, I don't want 90%. I want 110% of Tyson Fury in that ring when he fights Anthony Joshua. He's going to need it. The one thing you can say about Joshua is that he's consistent. He's not getting out of shape when he's out the gym, not seeing him overweight with a pot belly. You can say what you want about him, but being robotic, hiding glass. He's Frank Bruno 2.0. But the one thing he's got a heart. He got off the deck and he beat Klitschko. You know, he took Klitschko's best shots. Yes, I know Tyson played with him. That was then. This is now. And I'm not disputing what Tyson did. I think he did a brilliant job that night. And I don't think you should compare what Joshua did to Klitschko to what Tyson did to Klitschko. Because I don't think the Joshua that fought that Klitschko would have beat the Klitschko that night. It was different proposition altogether. So I think for me, it's when Tyson comes back, what happens, and all the shenanigans behind the scenes that you don't hear about. You know, this is a man, Tyson, that was mentally very strong. Is his spirit broken? I mean, is he in the gym training because he wants to prove people wrong? Is he in the gym because he wants to be heavyweight champion of the world again? Remember, this is a guy that openly said that, you know, he was going to go and retire and be in a caravan. He openly said that. He openly said that. So what's going on in this man's mind? Does he want to be heavyweight champion of the world again? Or has he got other ideas? What is his motivation for coming back? Tyson, clearly, I don't think he needs the money. I think he's well set up. He doesn't need money. So is it to shut the naysayers up? Is it to answer people on Twitter? Is it to put Sky back in their place? Is it to shut Eddie Hearn up? Why would he be coming back? And is he prepared to go for the hard graft and being consistent to be heavyweight champion of the world again? Remember, there's only one belt he didn't win. No, that WBA belt. But he didn't win the WBC belt. Other than that, he's won all the belts in boxing. So what possibly would motivate him to get up the mountain again to become heavyweight champion of the world? For me, Tyson needs stability. He needs stability at home. He needs stability at the gym. He needs to have somebody watching over and guide him, and needs to be able to listen to that person day in and day out. Has Peter got that kind of control over Tyson Fury when he leaves the gym? Obviously not. Clearly not, because we've seen the capitulation of Tyson Fury. You know, and yes, it's positive to see him back in the gym and training with Billy Joe Saunders, but really, Billy Joe Saunders, another guy that was overweight for his last fight, and you know, just scraped by. I mean, hardly the guy that you need to be with guys who are disciplined and focused, and you know, in the gym all the time and respecting the sport. And the other thing, when you keep losing weight and putting weight on, losing weight and putting weight on, that's surely got to be detrimental to your fighter. I mean, Tyson's 28 years old, but I tell you what he's been going through, and if it's true, he's been using the cocaine and all that stuff as well. How much of that? How much effect has that had on his body? These are the other things we ask. Will he ever be as good as he was that night that he fought Klitschko? Will he ever return to that greatness? And if not, what have we got left? You know, these are things that concern me about Tyson. They really do. These newbie casuals disparaging Fury and his achievements. Maybe Fury wants an MBE, which is so important by looks of it, should stop making certain comments. No? Oh, yeah, Tyson makes his comments, but hey, he needs to pipe down on the swearing, that's all. He can still be entertaining without swearing. It's double standards when they hate on Fury, but don't hate on others. Ingram, is it possible for you to get an interview with Fury? He seems to be in a very positive mood now. Tyson, I don't know. I don't know. I can't lie to you and tell you that. Oh, you know, I'd love to get. I'm just not. I'll try, but I don't know. Let Tyson focus on losing that weight. Plus, he has a larynx injury, so his speech isn't that clear at the moment either. Yeah, larynx injury, is that caused by weight gain? I think it was in training. Not sure though. Yeah, his voice does sound very unclear of late. Action man flex on roids. Flex on roids. AJ displayed, to my surprise, great veteran skills of the trade. The taking 5 seconds longer at the bell, spitting gumshoe out, a few right punches. A lot of what Tyson says is tongue in cheek. But I can tell he's serious right now. Well, how long is he going to be serious for? I mean, people say, when the first time I interviewed Tyson, I knew a lot of what he said was tongue in cheek. But he, for years, looked like a guy who was crying out for help. If you go way back, Tyson, when he was talking about he had depressive bouts then, I don't know about Tyson, I really don't. The gumshoe trick was disgusting. I actually want him to lose after he did that. Let's just see what happens tomorrow. He's got the UCAD hearing tomorrow. His B test came back negative, so there's no issue there, I would think. Glad Tyson's on his way back. He schools AJ. Well, let's hope so. And he was sticking his tongue out at Klitschko. That's a disgrace. The man was 41 years old and had been boxing when Joshua was still in his dad's bags. Flexing on roids and hiding glass. Fact. Chavez got schooled. Flexes on Nanthrone. Was it 121 at Canelo? Chavez seemed happy just for a payday, as I mentioned in a previous video, which I'm not going to go into now. Yeah, so I'm not. There are a lot of Fury fans that are a bit blindsided. They don't. They just. They don't see. I don't know how to describe this. They can't even see the wood from the trees. There are issues. There are definitely issues in Team Fury. I don't know what it is, but there are issues. Yes, you can be united. Yes, you can stand behind your fighter. But there's some things that just we don't know how good Tyson is anymore. We don't. We just don't know that. And we won't know that until he gets back in the ring and he's fighting consistently. And with somebody so inconsistent in what they say, I mean, you know, you see Tyson training today. Let's see if he can keep that up. Let's see if he can keep that up. Let's see if he can get himself in shape. Let's see if not only just get himself in shape and stay in shape, because that's the only way he's going to beat AJ is by staying in shape and being consistent and being hungry. Can he do that? Can he do that? if Peter's got no control, it's all right to say, well, Peter Fury, you know, it's great having Peter Fury in the corner. How much control has Tyson got with Peter? And the other question is, I have to ask, is the whole fallout with the whole cocaine, the Rolling Stones magazine interview, and all that other stuff that came around last year. It was a very dark time for Team Fury. How much trust and how much has that dented the relationship between Peter and Tyson? I'm not trying to play devil's advocate here or trying to stir shit up. I'm just saying that's all that stuff there hasn't put Team Fury in a great light at all. You know, it's been very up and down. You know, the Parker fight was meant to go through, it didn't go through. Tyson Fury's second fight with Klitschko didn't go through. You know, and then from that, Tyson falling downhill from there. The vacating of the titles. I'm on cocaine. I was smoking. I was on cocaine. No, I wasn't on cocaine. I was on cocaine. I just said it for the sake of saying it. You know, him being an absolute wreck. Mental health issues, but they were there before. The signs were there all before that. They were all there beforehand. So I don't know. With all that sort of almost bipolar behavior and temperamental behavior, whether even if Tyson became champion again, he would be a champion that could be consistently. He could be he might be one of these guys who are very good at chasing the titles, but once they've got the titles, don't hold on to them. I don't know what other habits Tyson's developed with the whole. Is he on cocaine? Is he off cocaine? Is he what is he? Is he addicted to the stuff? Where's his mindset? Where is all these questions people have to ask themselves? And you can say what you want about Joshua and Royds, but the one thing you won't see Anthony Joshua is with a pot belly. You certainly won't see him with a pot belly. You know, he's got a dodgy past himself, but he has got a dodgy past and he has got a criminal record, Flex. And Tyson hasn't. So I don't know. There's a lot of biases. I don't know why it is. And it's also so much Frank Warren can do. I mean, Tyson coming back, who would you have as a comeback fight? Who would you like to see Tyson have as a comeback fight? Don't say Anthony Joshua. Who would you have as a comeback? You know, you've got Manwar Shah. There's a possible fight for Tyson to have as a comeback fight. And then, even in a comeback fight, how does he look in a comeback fight? He may have a comeback fight and look absolutely terrible and get booed out. I mean, when Nazim Hamid got beat and then he came back. I mean, Tyson hasn't been beat, but when he comes back, how does Tyson react to all things? Yes, he's got a good family around him, but just the way he fell off the horse like that, so dramatically, there are many questions that need to be answered. Really, really need to be answered. It's 30 months since Huey last fought. If he fights Parker in July, August, he'll be out of the room for 15, 16 months. This is my point. So I don't know. I mean, he was the king of boxing. He was the king of the heavyweight division. Is he now? I don't know. I don't know. Yusuf is lined up on Box Station next week. Maybe he's been lined up. Yeah, Yusuf's a good fight. Yusuf's a good fight for Tyson Fury, definitely. Yusuf, I don't know, Malik Scott, Tony Thompson. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to fight Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury's way. Bright Jennings, good fight. Joe Miller, good fight. You know, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Mayers Vac, if he beats Dillian White, that would be a good fight in the future. So there's lots of fights that Tyson could have. Yeah, Duhaupas, another good fight. There are lots of fights that Tyson can have. But will AJ rematch Klitschko, Ingram? Well, I think Klitschko has a better chance if he does have the rematch with with AJ. But as long as he's got Jonathan Banks in his corner, it's a straight way to hell. I've never rated Jonathan Banks as a trainer, and this is another example of not rating Jonathan Banks as a trainer. Everyone knows when Tyson's back, he'll be fighting bums. Well, you're gonna have to give the guy a few fights to get himself warmed up before he even goes anywhere near Joshua. He is in no way, shape, or form in any position to fight Joshua now. No way. And if there are Tyson Fury fans, the Fury fans out there that are deluded into believing that this guy, who's only almost 2 years out of the ring, can come back and fight Joshua in the first fight, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's boxing's about timing. Eddie Hearn and Joshua would love to fight Tyson Fury in his first fight back. Yeah, they'd love that fight. Who's Jonathan Banks, the trainer of Vladimir Klitschko at the moment? Klitschko deserves to lose if he keeps Banks in his corner. Bashir is the man. Yeah, Klitschko has basically been training himself. I agree with you. And it's the same routine over and over again with Jonathan Banks. Same routine. Same old boring routine with Jonathan Banks. Doesn't do anything different. He'll need one gimme fight. John Smith would have been out for nearly 2 years. Yeah, he's saying I want to see Tyson Fury in 3 fights, back to back to back, and I want to see him fighting like maybe every 3 months. Him fighting every 3 months. I want to see Tyson fighting. So he takes a fight in like July, August, September, October, getting back in October, November, December, January, the same back in January. Every 3 months, I want to see Tyson fighting. Don't want to see this fight now and then 6 months go missing and then fight another fight in another 6 months' time, get overweight again. Don't want to see that. I want to see Tyson fighting when he comes back consistently. I want to hear Frank say, right, Tyson's going to be fighting then we're going to have him out again then, and then we're going to have him out again then. That's what I want to hear Frank Warren saying. I don't want to hear this, oh, Tyson's going to fight now, and then we might get him a fight somewhere in 6 months' time. I don't want to hear that crap, Frank. I want to hear him fighting every 3 months fighting. When you hear Eddie Hearn will tell you, right, we're going to have Joshua out on this night, and then we're going to have Joshua there, and hopefully we'll have Joshua there afterwards. That's what I want to see Tyson Fury fighting. I want to see him fighting consistently, regularly, one gimme fight, and then give Tyson regular fights. Those things I want to see. And then we can make an assessment of whether he can beat Anthony Joshua. At this minute in time, Tyson hasn't fought for 2 years, and Tyson can say, oh, I'll beat him one hand behind my back. Well, this was the same Tyson Fury that said that Joshua was beating him up in sparring. You forget that? You'll forget that as well? So I'm not interested. Frank is not Fury's promoter. Oh, it's Hennessy. Well, yeah, no, but Frank's the one who's going to have the TV show, right? Deals with BT Sports. So I want to see Frank ask Fat Mick these questions, not Frank. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, but still, I think Frank and Mick will work together. But Frank's the big one there. AJ is actually underrated among hardcore fans. No, I don't think he's underrated. He's a good fighter, but I think he had no back foot game, like I said before, and he was going to walk straight onto right hands, and he did. And Klitschko just didn't finish him off when he had the opportunity to. That's it. But going back to Fury now, whether it be Frank or Mick, I just want to hear him fighting consistently. 3 months. Bang, he's out. Bang, he's fighting regular. Remember when Hughie Fury was fighting regular? That's what Tyson Fury needs. He needs that. He needs to be consistently fighting so he doesn't get badly out of shape. So he's got his mind focused. He's got dates. Right, you're fighting then, you're fighting there, you're fighting there, you're fighting there. If AJ knocks Fury, hardcore fans will have to take a big step back. Yeah, if AJ does do that. At this point in time, you have to say Anthony Joshua, in momentum and things going his way, you've got to give Anthony Joshua the +5 or the advantages going into the fight against Tyson Fury if the fight is made tomorrow. If they make the fight tomorrow, they say Joshua fights Fury in in September or December 2017, fight fans will be mugs to back Tyson Fury in that fight. I think. Man hasn't fought for 2 years. And I don't care how much sparring he does. I don't care what shape he gets himself into. You need to get yourself some rhythm, some timing, some confidence. So I would not, just with, if you know, if you had given me Tyson Fury, Joshua after the Klitschko fight, yes, that was perfect timing. So AJ was already anointed the new Ali the day after the 2012 Olympics. That's true. Fury swings Sweet Carolina in Eddie Hearn's face when he sends Joshua to hell. Nah, he's just been promoted correctly. That's what I think it is. So it just and it just seems the whole Team Fury seems to be a bit of a mess at the moment. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And I don't know. This UCAD hearings tomorrow, I believe. I've just been told. So let's hear how that goes. I'm pretty tired seeing Tyson Fury's videos up on Twitter. I don't even watch them anymore. I just don't. All I want to hear is Tyson Fury's back. Give him the date when he's fighting, and let's see him fight. That's all I'm interested in. I don't want to see any more videos of him hitting pads. I don't want to see any more videos of him moving around the ring. I don't hear more videos of him running, doing runs, or just ranting about stuff. I don't want to see. I personally am not interested in any more Fury videos of Tyson running up mountains or Rocky style or crying in his bed or ranting about some other guy. I'm just not interested in it. All I want to see is Tyson in the ring, boxing. That enough blah 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 for me. Just want to see him fight. Not interested in the rest of it. Really not. That might be interesting for his fanatics, but as far as I'm concerned, I just want to see him fight because he is a true addition to the heavyweight division. He truly is a personality in the heavyweight division, and almost if you live by the gun, you die by the gun. He is up and down, and that's what you're going to get with Tyson Fury. He's not going to be Mr. Consistent. He's not going to be like Joshua, who's very bang. He's not like that. Tyson's here, there, and everywhere, which is why his boxing style is very much unorthodox in the way he goes about things, which doesn't help a robot. He boxes out of a very unorthodox style. So anybody who's got a conventional style against Tyson Fury is going to have nightmares. We know that. But that's the advantage Tyson has. But for him to be unorthodox and do all those things, he's got to be fighting regularly. Also, get splattered, I think, and it'd be one-sided. So he's really got to be in that gym, training, and really want it. So I said 3-4 fights, and let's see what Tyson Fury's got then. If he can make the 3-4 fights, let's see what happens to UCAD. That's the thing. So, like I said, I don't want to see. No, I'm not interested in Tyson Fury fights. It bored the shit out of me, to be honest. I'm just not interested. Really not interested. For me, it's quite a bit of a turn off now. I'd rather Tyson didn't say anything, did no videos whatsoever, and then just said, "This is the date I'm back," and then made his announcement, and then fought. That's what I'd like to see, rather than every day seeing a different video of Tyson ranting about Joshua, ranting about this, ranting about that. Stop it. Come off social media completely, Tyson. Lock off your social media. Get yourself in the gym. Put your head down and announce. Get your fight announced. Just announce your Twitter. Next fight, this date. Let people. You've got a big enough following in Twitter now. You don't need to be every day on Twitter, on Periscope, doing these videos. Which to me, I don't think that they're doing your profile any favors. I think they're just counterproductive videos now. I think now what you need to do is just, come off of social media and just, it's devaluing you. Come off social media. Get into training camp. Get past the UCAD hearing. Go completely silent on social media, and then just tweet out comeback date, this against whoever you're going to fight, and leave it as that. And let people want to know what's going on about you. Let's get people know about you. But at the moment of time, you're in people's face all the time. You look unkept, and just really, it's just not good. I don't like it. I don't like it. Tyson must fight people with a pulse. AJ, Wilder AJ will happen unless they get beat in the process. Well, Wilder's got business with Stavern. I know he's talking about fighting Bellew and fighting Joseph Parker. He's got to deal with Stavern first. Let him get Stavern out the way. And it'll be interesting to see AJ versus Pulev might happen next. We'll see how that fight goes on if they don't give up the IBF title. So, yeah, I think that's about it for me. Like I said, no disrespect to Tyson Fury. Tyson, I just want to see you back in the ring fighting. And the best way to answer your critics is being back in the ring and fighting. Then winning your fights and being consistent and fighting regularly. People are going to see you anyway. People know that you're the man that beat Klitschko first. They can't take that away from you. Do that and do the business. Tyson and Huey up London last night. Worrying slipped. Well, yeah, it might be up London. God knows what's going on. Remember, has he got the UCAD hearing? Is that UCAD hearing going to be in London? I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I hope that his extra. I hope that his rumored extracurricular activities, Tyson, with the old sniffing. I hope that's not real. I hope that it's not true, and I hope that he's not getting himself completely pissed all the time. Because if that's the case, then he's ill-disciplined, and that's not the hallmarks of a great fighter. You know, great fighters consistently, not just one fight. You've got to do it consistently over a period of time. That's what Ali was. He did it over a period of time, over a period of years. So like calling the Ali name out and saying that you're greatest fighter of your era, you've got to be consistent with that. Yes, you did well against Klitschko. Would have been nice to see you beat Klitschko in a rematch. Would have been nice for you to fight David Haye. We know David Haye pulled out of that fight. Let's see you now go on, beat Wilder. Let's see you go on and fight Joseph Parker and beat Joseph Parker. Let's see you go on and beat Joshua. Let's see you go on and literally clean up and have all the belts in the division. Let's see you do that. And then start talking about being the greatest fighter in your era. I know you told me you were the greatest fighter in your era, you know, way back before you fought Cunningham. I know you said that David Price was a fraud. You said it to me. And that's happened. Now you just need to go on, Tyson, and actually do that. Actually, I'd like to see Tyson Fury fight in the US for a while. I'd like to see him go and fight in the US and some good fights in the US. I really would like it. So yeah, and I'd like to see Klitschko get that rematch with Joshua as well. So I think that's about it for me. I think I've said my point. So you don't need to inbox me with my thoughts on what I think of Tyson Fury or AJ. You know my thoughts now about Tyson Fury and AJ. If the fight's made within the next 6 months, I see AJ winning the fight. If the fight's made in a year from now and Tyson Fury's had back-to-back fights, then I think Tyson's got a very good chance of beating AJ. So that's the way I see it. So those are my thoughts. I'm sorry, it probably hasn't been the video that you wanted me to say that I thought Tyson was the greatest thing to slice bread, because I don't think he is. I think he's a good fighter. Great. I think I might be a bit premature. Same with Joshua, a bit premature. But Tyson's still number one. I don't think you can say he's number one. You can't say he's number one. He was number one 2 years ago. But, you know, I'm sorry, but if you're going to tell me a guy that's who's been sniffing cocaine or drunk and is 400 pounds is number one in the division, I'm sorry. That to me isn't it. Tyson, for me, is not number one. Tyson arguably is the best heavyweight in the world, arguably, but he's not fighting. So I'm sorry. Joshua, at this point in time, is the number one fighter because he's actually fighting. You know, same was with Andre Ward. When Andre Ward wasn't fighting, Andre Ward was considered number one super middleweight in the world. But what about Carl Froch when he was beating everybody else up? So I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not gonna say I'm not going to say oh, Tyson Fury's number one. Tyson Fury's got to prove he's number one again. He proved he was number one by going and fighting his way up to fighting Klitschko and beating Klitschko. He did that. He never fought the rematch against Klitschko for whatever reason. So he's got to prove himself again. It's like me saying, well, you know what? Lennox Lewis is still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Who beat Lennox Lewis when he retired? Who beat Lennox Lewis when he retired? So Lennox Lewis should still be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. If you want to go down that line, do you want to go down that line? We don't want to go down that line. So Tyson's kind of semi-retired because he hasn't fought in 2 years, and I don't know why in those 2 years he's been serving that ban. But for me, stop this talk about Tyson Fury being number one. He's not number one. He's not number one. Joshua's number one. He just beat the man who was the best heavyweight in the division, which was Klitschko. He beat Klitschko. Regardless, he's 41 years old. Klitschko had the best resume in the heavyweight division, bar none. Joshua beat him. Yeah, he got knocked down. He got up and he beat Joshua. Yeah, okay. Jack Dempsey still pound for pound. Yeah, exactly. Jack Dempsey is still number one pound for pound. Rocky Marciano is still linear champion. LOL. So sorry, Tyson Fury is not the number one in the world. I know a few fans want to hold on to it and he's still the number one in the world. He beat Klitschko 2 years ago. Joshua's just going to beat Klitschko. In fact, he knocked him out. So what? What? The IBF championship and the WBA championship now belong to Joshua. WBC championship belongs to Wilder. The WBA is being fought by Shannon Briggs and Fraser Quendo. I think the IBO belt's going to get given back as well soon. So I think the Ring Magazine belt's probably gone to Joshua as well. So number one at what? In what rating? Where? Joshua's going to be number one. Then that's it. He's the best heavyweight in the world on paper. Whether he can be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, well, that remains to be seen. Whether he is the best out of the pack, that remains to be seen. But he beat the best guy on paper, CV-wise, Klitschko, which makes him the number one fighter. That's it. Yes, and I said the heavyweight division has been opened up because Fury he beat Klitschko. Okay, fine. But you can't come with the argument he's still number one in the world. He's not number one in the world. Joshua is number one in the world because he beat Klitschko because he's fighting. Okay, so that Fury Klitschko is done with. Finished. Forget it. Forget about it. Let go of it. Let go of it. It's done. 2017, Klitschko got knocked out by Joshua. That's it. If Tyson Fury is number one, right? He might be number one contender, but he's not number one, meaning number one. Right? He's not numero uno. And we'll see how much pulling power Fury has when he comes back. Whether how long it takes for him to get into, does he have to fight his way back to mandatory shot? What was the deal with him when he gave up all those belts? Was he given a deal that said, okay, if I hand up all these belts, when I come back, I want to be in the number one slot? Is he going to have to fight for the number one slot? If Joshua drops the IBF, what does that say about him? I don't know what it says about him. I mean, Tyson got the IBF stripped off of him. What does he say about the IBF? That they're a joke federation or joke organization? That's what he says. So that's it, really. I can't really say anything else about Tyson Fury. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not that. Tyson is allowed to fight for the WBO immediately. Who do I think wins between Chisora and Helenius? I don't know. Don't care. That's a good fight for Tyson to have a rematch. In a comeback, Helenius. That's a good fight. Good fight for Tyson as well. Helenius. Yeah. Who's WBO? Oh, you can fight Parker. Yeah, WBO belt. Yeah, Parker's. Yeah. If Tyson's allowed to fight WBO immediately, then what happens if Fury's number one contender? That don't make no sense. I don't know. Chisora. if he fights the way he fought against Dillian White, I think Helenius beats him. Will Fury fight Parker? Who wins? I heard that fight's going to be made in Manchester now. And if you listen to Parker's team said it's now time to go on the road. So I think Parker fights Huey next. Huey won't fight Parker until, I think that's the next fight. A lot of people on Sky are saying that Parker's going to fight Bellew next. I believe Parker will fight Huey next. I think it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Based on Parker's last performance, Huey beats him. Yep. I hope so. But based on Huey's last fight, which was Fred Cassie, that's all you can say, really. Huey hasn't fought since the Fred Cassie fight. Huey, I think, beats Parker. Let's hope so. Right. I think that's it from me. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. I'm sorry I haven't done any ass kissing in terms of the whole Fury Team Fury thing. I've just spoken straight words. Tyson needs a good head and shoulders. Will you be doing any more interviews with Team Fury? I did an interview almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago with Peter Fury. I will do. When I can get another chance, I'll get to interview Peter. And I can. We'll see. I'll probably try and talk to Huey as well. Okay. Huey is untested. And he needs to fight. He's going to be in a hard fight against Parker. Make no doubt about it. But Parker is defensively irresponsible. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. Right. I'm out of here. You all take care. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. This is me signing out. Take care.